Good rising, family. Good rising. Black Feniks checking in. The owner of HogOn Welding and the founder of Welding and Hip Hop. And I wanted to talk to you about how to be more than a welder, an artist, a rap artist. I said welding. I want to talk about that for a moment because I had a few people who I know personally who started off on the artist side and then they end up falling off because they seen the complex, not knowing the full spectrum, wanted to rap. They just wanted to produce music. They didn't want to know nothing about the business. They didn't know anything about the business, just like I didn't know anything about the business when I started. But I think that having a single focus just on being an artist alone, I think it's going to put you in a lot of stressful situations, a lot of character binding situations, you know what I mean? Bending situations where you might have to go against your morals, what you believe. And I think that to become whatever you want to be, I think you shouldn't jeopardize your morals, your standards, what you truly believe in, the essence of you as a person. So how to be more than a rap artist is products over talent. Let me say that one more time. How to be more than a rap artist is products over talent. And I want to say that because your talent will cause you to be in some situations where people will take advantage of you. People will use you. People will use your skills, so to speak, to increase their banking account. And let's be realistic artists. So if you're an independent artist, the first thing I want to say is you're going to have to come up with a budget for yourself for what you're trying to do if you want to be independent. If you want someone else to sign you, if you are getting into this to have someone take care of you, like a spouse, just keep in mind that they're going to benefit more than you. So if you don't have no problem with making 100,000 and this person here making 100 million, then to each his own. But I do want to say that you can do it independently, but it's going to take a lot of finances. If we go back to the archives of Master P, talk about when he was trying to get his deal and how he got his 85-15 deal. He had to put up the capital. He had to actually come up with 200,000 to get that deal because he needed the marketing behind it. For him to get the deal that he got, he had to put up his own money. And I know a lot of artists, a lot of us getting started independently, the younger generation that don't have a lot of finances. So we might have a hot buzz and we might say, hey, this is what I got. And it might be nice, but it still takes a whole lot to make that song into a selling album or a selling song or a good single, or if you can perform it right to get people to gravitate to it. I heard T.I. say something that I shared on my YouTube page, on my Black Feniks page. That's Black Feniks, Feniks. So I'm going to spell it again for you. Black Feniks, Feniks, and black is spelled BLACK. T.I. said that it's fine that you have a great freestyle. You might spit the most magnificent 16 bars he have ever heard in his life. But he said that doesn't move him to want to invest his money in you. Think about that. He said just because we have this song, it doesn't move him. He said what you do is take that song, put your money in it, get it recorded, get it around, get you a buzz, get people to know about what you're doing. And then he said it's his job to come find you. Now think about that. People don't mind investing in someone who's investing in themselves. I have had artists that come to me before from my home state. I'm from Arkansas, born in Little Rock. And I have had artists that one of my manager friends had sent in my direction, and the guy he wants someone to take care of him. And I say, hey, man, this is an independent movement. That means we ain't doing no babysitting. If we're going to get to this certain level, that means you're going to have to put money in it too. Or if we do all of this, this is going to be your percentage is going to be small. When you look at our writers and publishers, for those who might not be familiar with them, I think that going through ASCAP, me personally, is an easy way to get started being an independent artist. If you want to see your own money, get your writers and your publishers. It costs like $100. I think $50 for each. But once you do that, you're going to get paid more money on your publishing than your writer's side. Your writer's side is very small. But if you buy the music, once you own it, you are the publisher. Now, if someone else owned it, then even though you didn't create the music, if you own it, you are the publisher. If you got your publishers, you see what I'm saying? Because you bought that material. So I think how to become more than a rap artist is to think outside the box, is to focus on mastering a skill. And that's honestly why I teach welding in hip hop, because welding is where I found my financial freedom at. Welding is actually a tool that can be used in various markets all around the world, no matter what color you are. There is great demand in the shop and in the field. For those who don't like to get burnt, they can TIG weld. You see what I'm saying? So you have 4 different processes, all type of avenues you can face to get you some money up, because you're going to have to be more than an artist to really get that bag. And if you settle just as being that alone, then you might make it there. And then, as we know, that the life expectancy of just a rapper who just want to be known or just real flossy isn't that long. Most of them die before their time, drug abuse, or someone takes them out. So it's some things that we have to learn about what we look up to. And I'm a hip hop baby. I'm an 80s baby, like for real. I'm born in 1980, March the 29th. So I grew up into hip hop. That's my culture. Regardless of the new hip hop come out, I like some of it, don't get me wrong, but I tend to lean more towards the 90s hip hop. That was like to me, that was one of the greatest eras of classic hip hop to me. Now we do have some classic ones that has dropped within the millennial, but that era was just impeccable to me. It was a lot of great artists that still would live on. And if we're listening to that music now, 20 years ago, that should let you know that it was potent. It's not going to be like a one-hit wonder song that you're going to hear and you never hear it again. It was just for that season. But the music that lasts forever is like, it don't have no age on it. It has a vibe, a feeling to it that, I'm going through this. I want to listen to this. So to be more than a rap artist, I just wanted to say, focus on products, focus on expanding your skills, so that way you can have more to offer. Because I am still an independent artist, even though I am a business owner, even though I make products, even though I'm a welding instructor, I still believe in producing my own music. Like, I enjoy it. It's therapy to me. Do I make money off of it? Yes. Am I making thousands? No, not at the moment, but I am making money. But I had to step back from my music side to get my business side together. And to be honest with you, I spent about $1,000 on a project. And that money that I spent on this project didn't do as well as what I did when I grabbed my cell phone. I grabbed my cell phone. I recorded a live video of me walking around my RV park, just giving some information. And I named it how things you should know being a black RVer or traveling as a black RV or something like that. And that video started trending and going viral. Now the one that I spent $1,000 on, a promotional one, it didn't do as well. I targeted right, but it didn't do as well. Now people are now going back to it though, and it's starting to pick up. So was it the song or the way I produced it that didn't go, or was it that I had to find another lane? You know, sometimes if you're not the status quo, so to speak, people look over you. It's just what it is. It's facts. Like, so I didn't want to be the regular artist. You know, I wanted to be something different, but I wanted to be me. And I think when you're finding you want to find your own lane. Everybody, you don't want to get caught up in doing what everybody is doing or what Tom, Joe, and Larry did. But you can use what Tom, Joe, and Larry did to build what you're doing. So I would say when you're building your independence and you're trying to be more than a rap artist, think products over talent. Let's gain a skill. People are tend to look over skills right now because they think that they're not real valuable. They think that all of you using your hands, you're not really doing nothing. Nah, but you can use your hands and get a serious bag to be able to promote your music, to be able to be more than just that rapper, to be more than just someone that someone else can take advantage of. You're going to learn the business. You learn how to get your paperwork in line. And I think that even though that the business side is not fun, it's not fun to spend time reading articles to make sure that this is done right, this is proper. Nah, it's more fun just to jump in the booth and let some stuff go off on the top of the dome. Yeah, I enjoy myself, but the business side is where it's at. We have to learn how to turn our trade, our skill into a business. So when you're an artist, you're a business. Think of it like that. That's how you're going to be more. That's why I said products over talent and live to be remembered. Live to be remembered was the last independent project that I dropped. And it's like a collection. And my goal is to drop different episodes or volumes to that. So I got like 1 and 2 was together because it was like 2 EPs pretty much of 2 different time frames. I just put them together to give a ideal of my music standpoint. But my next one is going to be called Live to Be Remembered Volume 3. Volume 3 is going to be a collection of the best ones from one and more. So my goal is to create my own movement, but I'm calling it Live to Be Remembered because I want to be more than just a rap artist. I want to be able to assist you to help you make money. I want to build businesses. I want to have some financial wealth that's not tied into liabilities. I heard Rick Ross say something that was very interesting to me the other day. He said he made a quick statement. He said, I got over 400 acres. I have 100 cars. Now you would think, you have all these vehicles you're not driving, they can be liabilities, right? But he said something that even though they are bought as liabilities, because a car is a liability, you sit money, if you're not using it, it's going to go down. You're going to always have to do something to it, keep it up, maintenance, you know what I mean? But he said that he rent out his vehicles. And I think last year, renting out his vehicles in 2020, I think he said he made like 20,000 just rent his cars. Now, he got more than 20,000 invested 9 to my 10. But that investment is actually making the money now because now he see it. He said, I got to work this the best way I can work it. If I own this, I need to work it this way to make something from it. So the way he said it was, if you see me in it, or if I'm flossing with it, or if I'm looking, I got to figure out a way to make it pay me or it's useless. Me personally, I ain't with all the glimmer and the glamour, you know what I mean? I rock gold teeth. I don't even wear rings, my weight from time to time or watch from time to time. But I'm from the era where all I believe in is keeping my, my mouth together, you know what I mean? And keeping my appearance up, keeping myself together. But I don't believe in all the extra stuff. I would rather invest in homes. You got a chain around your neck. I'd rather own a community. You know what I mean? I want to have multi doors. Like Jay Morrison say, you want to have more than one door. You want to go from one single family home to a complex, duplex, apartment buildings. You want to have more doors. That's how we actually make money, how we live to be remembered. So if I could give you any encouragement on how to be more than a rap artist, think outside of the box. start investing in some of these skilled trades. I'm a welder, fabricator, installer. So I created a hashtag called Welding and Hip Hop, because welding is what I use. And welding is what you can use if you're not afraid to get your hands dirty, because you can actually get some good money welding. You can get good money just working regularly, punch the clock, doing contract work, or building products. So just keep that in mind, because that's what I want to be. I didn't want to just be known as a rapper. I wanted to rap. I wanted to be known like, oh, he do this too. But this is not what he does. This is not the main essence of who he is. He's not just a rapper. He's not just someone just making music and just doing melodies and that's it. He got a little bit something more to add, and more value to add to the community and to the movement. So I wanted to be more than just a rap artist. I just didn't want to just be known for rocking the mic, or just getting the women to go wild and crazy over me, even though that sounds nice too. You know what I mean? I'm from that era. I understand. That's why I don't knock the process of us getting better, because I feel like we're going to have to get more information. And as we gather more and more information, we tend to do better. So I built my independence, and I'm building my independence on welding. I'm still a hip hop artist. I still believe in releasing hip hop records, and I planned on releasing more soon. I planned on releasing the EP soon. I actually got the music already, but I just moved into a new area. I'm in Columbus now, so I'm gonna be networking in Columbus and the ATL area, and I'm gonna be dealing with my music. I'm gonna be educating, doing welding sessions and courses, and I'm also gonna be building products out of shipping container conversions and out of metal. So my goal is to expand. I want to be more than just a rapper, and I know you do too. If you're one of the most rappers that has survived, and that are still around making good money, they had to transition over. They became actors, they became directors, writers, business owners, investors. You know what I mean? There's so much you can do. Humanitarians. One thing that I love about Master P is that I remember getting his first album. Like, I remember getting it, buying the tape. You know what I mean? I remember listening to it, and I remember saying, like, man, I like this. Trying to rap like his little brother Silk. And I remember, just growing up in that era, listening to that Southern hip hop, listening to the West Coast, the East Coast, the Midwest, and I wanted to have a part of it. I wanted to say, oh, he can do it. And I had people growing up saying, oh, he can rap. But it really wasn't no money. And I even know people that I know who actually, matter of fact, I got a cousin, I think, who made it to be BET with a group. And they did some performing or whatever. I don't think they did anything, but he left off. And I remember him saying something one day that was kind of funny to me. Oh, man, I rap, but, just to do this, man, I'm really done with it. It was more like, I gave it a shot. I did a little bit, but, I'm really on to something else now. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I get it. Some people tend to cop deuces when they don't think that they can really do it, because you can do anything you want to do. If you want to be the best artist alive, you can. It just takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work ethics. So you just got to ask yourself a question. Are you willing to sacrifice like that? Because that's a big sacrifice you're going to have to make to be this artist you want to be. And some people get discouraged after they say, well, it's a young man's game. And truth be told, certain things is a young man's game. But hip hop, I think, is our culture. So it don't matter how old you are to be a part of it somehow, from educating it, from still releasing music, from still putting your point across, because it's a way of therapy and also a way to get information out there. So, I don't knock no one who's still doing that hip hop in their 50s, 60s if they want to. Like, I think that's dope and more inspiring when you're doing more than that. Me personally, I just didn't want to be known for just being an artist alone. I figured I could do more with my life. I wanted to inspire others. I wanted to build things. I wanted to have a monument up that I did that people can go back and look at and say, hey, he did that. He learned this. He was self-taught. He was self-made. He encouraged others. So I want my life to live to be remembered. And that's why I put that hashtag there, because that's the movement that I really stand behind. It's because I feel like in order for us to get to that next level, in order for us to really free our generation, our families, to gain more financial wealth and more culture, be more culture, what was the word for it? Aware, to be more culturally aware. I think that it's going to take us going an extra mile and really realizing what is it that you want to do. And just don't focus on being used by someone, because most rappers are, they come and they go. They come and they go. People making checks off of them even when they gone. So their family's not, but somebody's making money. Somebody's taking that check, So it's time for us to really think outside the box if we really want to be artists, if we really want to be a business, if we really want to have a company. Then we just have to think products over talent. Use your talent, though. Use your talent to invest and create products. So if you're an artist and you're starting to get a little money, invest in different businesses, invest in different things, because that is what's going to get you over the hump. Chameleonaire, which we don't hear too much from him, he came through, had a nice buzz, got his name out there, got some capital, start investing in tech companies, start investing in life-changing things that really makes money. You don't hear from him, though, but he's still a millionaire. You see what I'm saying? So the goal is, we might come into the game. Most rappers do. They talk that money. They talk it. They don't really get it. The person that's behind them funding it got it. Every now and then, the artists, I have it. Every now and then, it's some incidents where a lot of artists knew how to hustle. I knew how to hustle. I like Nelly's story. Nelly from the streets of St. Louis. My family grew up there. And I remember hearing a podcast talking about how Nelly grew up hustling. Like, he just wasn't no pretty boy. He grew up, he liked to take care of himself, but he grew up trying to get that bag. You know what I mean? And he had to do what he had to do, and he converted over. But they put a lot of energy into that movement. So if you really want it, what are you willing to give for it? And are you okay with giving it? Because I have heard different artists say after they have gave it, all like, man, I wish I wouldn't have did it. It wasn't what I thought it was. This is not what I wanted. I want to be more. And I just didn't want to be known for just being a rap artist. I want to be known for someone who actually changed some lives, who encouraged some people, who opened up some doors for someone, who actually helped someone else find their independence. And I personally want to live to be remembered, but not necessarily just as a rap artist. I'm going to be remembered as what I have done as a person, as an individual, as Black Feniks. With HogOn Welding, with welding and hip hop is what I'm doing, my movement. And I know it takes a minute, but one thing for sure, once you start something, stand on it, critique it, master it. And before I leave, I was always told to, that old saying that says, I'm a jack of all trades, a master of none. You want to master one and jack them all. That's what's going to make you successful. So if you want to be more than a rap artist, you're going to have to invest in products over talent. If you want to live to be remembered, you're going to have to do something that's going to require you to make a sacrifice. You're going to have to educate. You're going to have to stay away from certain things. You're going to have to draw back. You're going to have to make some great sacrifices. But it can happen. Me personally, I'm still on my pursuit. I'm still pursuing to get better. So will I quit hip hop? Probably not. I'm always going to be a part of it. And I always want to release music because I enjoy it. I like it. You know what I mean? I like doing it, and I like to leave a message now. I understand the marketing side of it too. So when you're doing music and you're doing things, the ones that come from the heart, the things that just pure tend to gravitate more to the people. The things that's more constructive to the mind, they can too. Now, don't get me wrong. Real good, clever songwriters, you know what I mean? But you can do that too. But it's all about getting something that can connect to the people. And me personally, I feel like connecting to someone to help them go from A to Z. That's my purpose. That's how I want to live to be remembered. I want to help you get a bag. And once you get a bag, even though I know everybody won't come back, but some people going to come back and say, hey, man, it was that information you gave me. It really put me on a good track. Now I'm doing this. You want to come over here and eat with me? That's how we network. That's how we live to be remembered, by helping one another. And everybody, like I said, everybody won't return a favor, but that's okay. Because remember, that's not what you're doing it for. You're doing it to live to be remembered. So keep that in mind. Stay blessed. Hopefully everybody have a great Sunday. Be productive and keep living to remember. And remember this: products over talent is going to help you be more than a rap artist. HogOn